Hi guys, it's Hump Day lesson day. Love you guys, peace, love, rock and roll. So it's lesson time. I haven't really planned out exactly what I'm going to teach in this lesson. Maybe I just wing it some of the time. It could almost be called insights from Jimmy for him rather than lessons, because I don't know exactly what qualifies as a good lesson or not, and what you guys would like to see in a lesson or not. But I'm just going to give you my take on things vocally while I do the lesson, as opposed to most of the time I just play and you don't hear what I would be thinking or saying. We'll make this kind of a time where I can actually describe and talk while I'm playing, and rather than so much just he plays, but what is he thinking and stuff like that, right? So anyway, I want to get back to an old challenge that the moderator gave me probably almost a year ago, or maybe 6 months ago, I don't know. He said, Jimmy, I want you to play Toccata and Fugue in D minor by Bach using only tapping. Now, if I try to do the Toccata and Fugue in D minor by Bach, I may not just stick to just tapping. It may not be the best way to play it, but the gauntlet's still been thrown down, and that's still a challenge to me. Play Bach, Toccata and Fugue by D minor, tapping or not, but just play the thing. And so I've been thinking about that. I never did it, but then again, it's very time consuming to learn Bach, I would think. And it's a big challenge. I don't want to do it halfway, and I don't want to mess it up. But I was just thinking about my own theories in music and stuff, especially classical theory. And I was thinking of the fact that you can know the techniques. You can know the scale patterns. And you can know the chords that go with it and why. But in other words, the theory of it, the chords and all that, and the arpeggios, and why those chords work, and why they make up the scale, and even where those chords came from, as far as the overtone series and all that. And you can know to play them on all 12 keys. You can know how to read music. You can even know the time signatures and a little theory there. But one thing was missing from all that for me. I'm not telling you guys what to do necessarily. About the Bach thing is that, and I got this on my walk, by the way. It was on my walk yesterday. I didn't have a guitar in my hand. I wasn't in the hippie room or anything. It came to me, but I don't know the sound of the minor scale. I don't have the sound locked in my brain. And as soon as I thought that, or maybe I realized I didn't have it after I thought it, but whatever. Oh, I get the sound of the harmonic minor scale. I get the sound of that tonality, that scale, mode, chord, arpeggio, soup. The sound of it sunk in. And that's, I think, the key point. The other things are important, though. You have to have technique or you can't play anything. You have to know your patterns or you're going to hit all kinds of wrong notes. You have to know how it breaks down harmonically. You're not going to know what you're doing with the scale. But it's important to hear the sound of the scale in your head, too. Don't just play notes that you know theoretically or technically and don't know what you're hearing. You're not hearing it. That was, for me, the final, at least for now, the final step to being able to say, I got this Bach. I can do the Bach. I can do Bach. It was from getting the sound of the harmonic minor scale in my head, and that hadn't happened until my walk yesterday. Really, I knew all the thought about the scale and all that, but I didn't have the sound of it connected in my brain. Curiously, I've already had the major scale connected in my brain. I've already had the minor pentatonic and blues scales in my brain. But since I didn't grow up a Shredmeister, I didn't grow up listening to Yngwie. In fact, Yngwie didn't really come out with his solo album until I'd been playing 2 years anyway. I didn't grow up with classical scales. I didn't grow up with shreddish stuff. So the harmonic minor scale eluded me, and the sound of it came to me later in life, as in today, or yesterday, I should say. But now I have it. It's good. It's all good in time. But it's important. I learned a lesson. I'm trying to tell you guys. Get the gist of the sound of the scale you're playing, and then if you make a mistake or whatever, you'll know it, and you'll know what you should hear, and you'll know how it hears. And I think great guitarists have alluded to this too. Like Paul Gilbert said once. He said, it was in a instruction video, and he said that's a Dorian blues Mixolydian thing, which doesn't mean a whole lot unless you know how it sounds. And that kind of hit my brain a little bit. You know, Paul Gilbert's saying, it's not just knowing it's a Dorian mode, it's a mixed leading mode, it's a dominant chord. Know how that sounds and have it in your head. And that's the $64,000 question. That's what's and nobody can really do that for you. I don't think. You have to just learn that. You have to just absorb the music till you get it. And so thank you, Bach, for raising the gauntlet for me as a musician. You know, try this. You know, I'm gonna see if I can do the Cotton Fugue in D minor one of these days, thanks to the Matter's suggestion. So let me just play a little what I think of harmonic minor. I don't know, maybe that's not going to be a lesson technically, but I want to just talk about it as I play. I'm going to be in D minor, and I'll show you guys a little bit. I don't know, what am I supposed to do? You have a D harmonic minor scale, so the notes are like this. When that high string slips off the neck too far, I raise the action. It makes it a little farther from the edge of the guitar. Other position is here. Versus other positions of it. There's here. Well, let's make sure I'm the same key, LOL. Seven positions, another one up here. We're from the same key, geez. There's this position. There's this position, which I like. And there's this position here. I kind of like this one too. Back to the beginning, I think, yeah. That's the beginning of the whole group of this song. I really like it. It all feels good to me. I'll hold my guitar and Jeff Lynne on bass. I think, and this is on One of a Kind, 1979. It's one of the two. Oh gosh. You need to hear the sound. Just hear the sound. When you go to learn something or play it, it's going to make sense to you, and you're going to get the gist of it rather than just, I have to remember all these notes in order, and it's a real pain, you know. Done that, whether that's good or not is not the question right now, but I couldn't have done that if I didn't hear the scale. You know, hear it first. importance of hearing the scale you're playing, and another thing along that line, it's not the exact same thing, but it's similar. When you learn songs, if you do learn songs, learn the concept of it. So when you go to learn the next song, it's under your belt. Like I just did Prince and the Revolution, Kiss. And I tell you, a year ago that would have been tough because I didn't have as much song experience. But when you have song experience, you can put it into context and you know what you're doing. It's blues, you know, and the song that starts with a knee, you know. Wrong chord. Wait, yeah, wrong chord. It's this. You know, learning the patterns and knowing. Is that correct? Oh, no, it's this. You know, those are familiar patterns to me. So when I go to learn the song, I know where I'm going and I go in it quicker. I did that song. It took me like half an hour or less to learn the whole song and the lyrics and then start recording it. You get experience from learning songs, and then you learn what they're doing, and it makes you more comfortable and familiar with what you're doing next time you learn a song or write your own songs, you know. So that's a lot of advice. I don't know if it's teaching. I don't know if it's actually a lesson, but I'm doing my best here. What would you guys like me to teach you as far as actual technique and scales? Let me think. Let's talk about the old thing that the burrito man, whatever, what his name is, Rick Burrito. Sorry, I mean no offense, I'm just joking. Talks about musical palindromes and all that negative harmony. Let's do some of that stuff. Now the old contention between harmonic major and harmonic minor both being melodic, both being negative harmonies of each other. I'd like to go through that a little bit. So let's begin E. It's an easy key. That's a rhyme. E harmonic minor is E harmonic major. Sorry. That's minor, major. Here's the minor. What's interesting about that to me, one of the things interesting about that is that a harmonic major scale, let's get technical, an E harmonic major scale is an E major triad and a D sharp diminished seventh arpeggio superimposed. An E harmonic minor scale is an E minor triad and a D sharp diminished seventh arpeggio or chord superimposed. So what do those two things have in common? First of all, one has a major triad for the tonic, one has a minor triad for the tonic, and the other four notes in both cases are a diminished seventh arpeggio on the leading tone or major seventh note. Wow. So an E harmonic minor is just these notes and these notes. Those make the four notes of a D sharp diminished seventh arpeggio and the three notes of an E minor triad make an E harmonic minor scale. And additionally, also a D sharp diminished seventh arpeggio and an E major triad make an E harmonic major scale. And the only difference between those, of course, is the major third in the E major triad for the E harmonic major scale, and the minor third in the minor triad for the E harmonic minor scale. The only difference is that one little note. And so an easy way of seeing the negative harmony of either one of those with relation to each other is, for a second, forget about the diminished seventh, the diminished seventh arpeggio on the leading tone set. For now, it's just these four notes. And think about triad thing. So you have these four notes for both scales. And for the harmonic minor, you have, for the harmonic major, you have, that's very similar. They both have 4 notes in common, and the only other triad besides those 4 notes, because 4 and 3 make 7, and diatonic scales have 7 notes, is a major triad versus a minor triad. And it's easy to see if you have an E minor triad and an E major triad. Those two triads are negative harmonies of each other if you take the one starting on the 1 and the other starting on the 5th. So an E harmonic minor has an E minor, and the 5th mode of E harmonic major is the negative harmony of the E harmonic minor scale, because if you take the 5th down as a minor third down, you get up, you would get E harmonic major. So let's put it in another term. The negative harmony of an E harmonic minor scale is the 5th mode of an E harmonic major scale, because from the 5th down is minor wise is the same as from the root up with minor. And then let's see, the harmonic major scale has an E major triad, and its negative harmony is a major triad is from the 5th down, and that downward major triad makes a E minor triad, which is in the E harmonic minor scale. So once again, we have that the negative harmony of an E harmonic major scale is the 5th mode of the E harmonic minor scale. Follow those words, it's all correct. If you get it, that's great. If you're not, rewind it, go over it again, it's correct. So the negative harmony of this is actually wait, let me see if I, negative harmony of that is the 5th, is the 5th, wait, harmonic major. Oh yeah. Okay, from the 5th down, 5th mode of harmonic major, and that would be this going down. So you would go up here and go down like a harmonic minor scale. Oh, there we go. It's from the 5th down. So. Yeah. That makes sense. And that would be, guess what scale that is, guys? You ready? Ready for this ball? So let's play it one more time. It's a mixolydian with a flat 9. So it's a B mixolydian with a flat 9. Wait. The only difference between that and a mixolydian is the 9. The 9th is flat, so it's an E. It's a mixolydian flat 9 scale, and the flat 9 is the major 6 in the major chord mode that the dominant, the mixolydian mode came from. So for instance, we've established that the negative harmony of an E harmonic minor scale. Is a B mixolydian flat 9 scale. And that flat 9 in a mixolydian is a flat 6 in the E harmonic major that the B mixolydian flat 9 comes from. So the B mixolydian flat 9 is the 5th mode of E harmonic major. And since that 5th mode of E harmonic major is a B mixolydian flat 9, mixed lead in flat 9, you can see by the pattern, is the negative harmony of a harmonic minor scale. Sorry. So there you have it. Let's play that a little bit. You can see from the pattern that that's the case, because if you start on the B of the B mixed lead in flat 9 and go backwards down, and you get whole step, half step, whole step, half step, augmenting step, half step. And that's the same intervals as an E minor harmonic minor scale going up. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, augmenting step, half step. So there's that little tidbit. And then if you start with an E harmonic major scale, the negative harmony of that is the fifth mode of harmonic minor scale, which is Phrygian dominant. So the negative harmony of an E harmonic minor scale, no, the negative harmony of an E harmonic major scale is a B Phrygian dominant scale. So the negative harmony of this, sorry, once again, is B Phrygian dominant, which is this. Wrong note. B Phrygian dominant is this. Sorry. Okay, and you can see from the interval analysis that if I play that B Phrygian dominant, starting on B, and I play it downward, I get this. And that's the intervals of a harmonic major scale that played backwards. In this case, E harmonic major. And that backwards is the same intervals as an E harmonic major going up. So a B Phrygian dominant scale played downward is whole step, half step, whole step, half step, augmenting step, half step. And an E harmonic minor scale going up is those same intervals. Sorry. The E harmonic major scale going up is the same intervals as the B Phrygian dominant going down. So up would be for the E Phrygian, for the E harmonic major is whole step, half step, half step, augmenting step, half step. So the negative harmony of E harmonic major scale is B Phrygian dominant scale. Let's try that again. So an E harmonic major scale is this. Then the negative harmony of that is a B Phrygian dominant scale, which is this. Okay, that's it. And downward is that they're negative harmonies of each other. You go up with one, it's the same interval as going down with the other. Okay. All right, I like that topic. It's harder to explain than it is to just realize it yourself. Like if you realize it, you get it, but then to explain it is a lot of words and things that are hard to get your head around. But we did it. So how are we going on time? Just checking. I'll have enough time. I usually like to do my half-hour videos, so I'll do one more subject. Musical palindromes are scales or modes that are negative harmonies of each other. First being the Dorian mode. At least I'm doing it first. A neat Dorian mode is a musical palindrome because it's the same up as it is down. So a neat Dorian mode. Same up as down. Up is whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone, whole tone. Down is whole tone, half tone, whole tone, whole tone, whole tone, half tone, whole tone. That's one of the easier ones and more common ones. But there's also the Aeolian dominant mode. It's the fifth mode of the melodic minor scale. So an E Aeolian dominant mode would be the fifth mode of A melodic minor scale. Works for me. So an A melodic minor scale is this. Sorry. And the fifth mode of that is E Aeolian dominant, which is this. Let's see if I can do this. Sorry. Oh, I get it. It's up this whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, down is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. So the Aeolian dominant mode is a musical palindrome, and that's the Aeolian dominant mode is the fifth mode of melodic minor. So an E Aeolian dominant mode is the fifth mode of a melodic minor scale. Let's try that again. A melodic minor scale is fifth mode of that is E Aeolian dominant, which makes an Aeolian dominant is a musical palindrome because it's the same intervals up as down. Yeah, and an Aeolian dominant can be thought of two ways. It can be thought of as a mixed Lydian with a flat six. Mixed Lydian would be E mixed Lydian would be with a flat six is Aeolian dominant. Another way of looking at Aeolian dominant is an Aeolian mode with the major third. So E Aeolian mode is this. An E Aeolian mode with the major third is an E Aeolian dominant mode. So the melodic minor scale always is a result of either sharpening a mode of the major scale or by one note, or flattening a mode of the major scale by one note. It has two. It's like a chameleon. It has a flat. You can think of it as flattening a note from the major scale, or sharpening a note from the major scale. It has both. Whereas the harmonic major and harmonic minor scales each only have one way of doing it. So let's look at that sum. If I have an E major scale, a C major scale, make that a D Dorian, raise a seventh of the D Dorian, I have a D melodic minor scale. But back to then that's raising a note. You know, the C sharp, the C of the D Dorian is raised to C sharp, so it becomes D, E, F, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Now back to the C major scale. The other way of looking at a melodic minor scale is the flat third of a major scale. So in this case, if you play a C major scale with a flatted third, you get this. That's a C melodic minor scale. You got that by flattening the third of the C major scale. So the flattening the third made it 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, or in note terms, C, G, E flat, F, G, A, B, C. Whereas in the D Dorian, I've raised the seventh of the D Dorian from C to C sharp to get a D melodic minor scale. So again, formula-wise, the D melodic minor scale is 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, formula-wise is 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Note-wise, a D Dorian mode is D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. A D melodic minor scale is D, E, F, G, A, B, C sharp D. So sharpening the 7th degree of a D Dorian mode makes a D melodic minor scale. Flattening the 3rd of a C major scale gives a C melodic minor scale. Love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.